Hey guys, how's it going? Mark here with my top 10 fragrances for spring 2011. This, of course, is my designer list. I did just previously do my niche top 10 for spring 2011. Definitely check out that video if you haven't already. In that video, I actually kind of explained how the weather is in my area, and that's why I chose those fragrances for niche and designer. I'm not going to explain that in this video to save you guys some time if you did watch that niche video. If you didn't, go check it out and see how I came about these choices as far as weather goes for spring. So let's start the list. This is, first of all, I took a look at last year's video. I put niche and designer together in one list, and there was only one niche fragrance in that whole list, and that was Green Irish Tweed that got the #1 spot. So the #1 spot is open for the taking for this designer list, and I gotta say, I totally revamped this list. You're not gonna see too many fragrances that are gonna repeat from last year's list. If they do, I will mention it to you guys when I do mention those fragrances. There's a couple that repeated for this year's list. So let's take a look at my top 10 spring designer. Now number 10. Number 10 is from the Thierry Mugler fragrance house. Now when you mention that fragrance house, you're like, spring, summer? No. But this is, of course, their squeaky clean, their little brother that nobody likes. This is, of course, Mugler Cologne. Now Mugler Cologne is the bar soap of fragrances. I think these fresh, clean scents are perfect for this time of year. And Mugler Cologne is one of the best in this genre, if not the best. It's very much unisex, it's versatile, it's very much safe. I could see somebody blind buying this and enjoying it. I don't see too many people actually hating this fragrance. The only thing about it, it's a little too soapy. It's great for daily wear scent, and I dub it the steam clean of fragrances because definitely it feels like I just came out of a steam shower and I'm very much clean and I smell like soap, and I'm going to smell like soap for a while with this one. So Mugler Cologne number 10. Now let's dirty up things just a little bit. Let's go with D squared, and this is number 9, Rocky Mountain Wood. Now you guys know how I feel about Rocky Mountain Wood. This one is great for the outdoorsman in you. This reminds me of the great outdoors. You can smell the woods, the rocks, the floral. It's basically a floral and woody fragrance. Perfect for spring. I would wear this casually in spring. I wouldn't really wear it for an upscale event, but casually this one works wonders in the spring and fall. Rocky Mountain Wood. Now let's actually upscale this thing just a little bit. Let's go to number 8, the House of Chanel. A little more upscale than Rocky Mountain Wood. Number 8 is Chanel's Edition Blanche. Now this one hasn't been in a top 10 in a while. This is the lemon cream pie of fragrances. It has so much more depth to it than your run-of-the-mill citrus-based fragrance, and that's why it's great for spring, almost fall, a little bit of summer also on those cooler summer days. The lemon is very well done in Edition Blanche. Chanel knows what they're doing with that one. So that was number 8. Number 7. Let's go with another upscale house. This is, of course, the House of Gucci. This is Gucci Pour Homme 2. Gucci Pour Homme 2. Now, this is another one that I kind of ignored this year a little more. This is a tea-based fragrance, highly versatile, almost all season. I actually would say this is an all-season fragrance. A dominant tea note in this one, but this fragrance sticks to the skin, so it's not really overpowering. I think it's great for spring. Very light, but well done. Definitely perfect for the office in the springtime. Gucci Pour Homme 2 is number 7 on the list. Now, let's go back to the dirty side of things. Let's go with the House of Hermes. Hermes, number 6 is Terre d'Hermes. Now this is an earthy, dirty orange fragrance. Perfect for spring and fall. It's great to wear in the spring after a huge rainfall when the ground is wet. Trust me on this one. After a rainfall, Terre d'Hermes, the orange, dirty orange feeling. Beautiful, beautiful. Terre d'Hermes, number 6. All right, let's get to the top 5. Number 5, let's go back to the cleanness. And this is from the House of Prada. Prada knows clean. They do. And this is, of course, Prada Amber Puram. This one has been ignored by me this past year. You know, I praised it like crazy when I first started on YouTube, and I always keep forgetting about this fragrance. But either way, this spring I'm going to be wearing a lot of Prada Amber. It's one of the better clean fragrances on the market. It's got a little bit of sweetness to it from the amber, of course. Great upscale fragrance to wear during a spring wedding, let's say, or a high-class event. Just a well-done fragrance from Prada, I think, is one of their best. Definitely a winner from Prada, number 5. Now, number 4. Number 4 is actually from Marc Jacobs. This is Marc Jacobs for Men. This is fig-based fragrance, figs. Now, figs always gives me a great cooling effect, and that's great for the springtime. Figs, in some fragrances, sometimes give me almost like a nice creamy coconut vibe. This one does it for me, and it's great for those warmer spring days. A little bit of floral in here, which is great for spring. So it's not the most masculine fragrance on the market, but great for spring. The floral, the figs, and that coconutty vibe, great for just a warm spring day. Number 4. Now let's get to my top 3. My top 3. Number 3 is from Guerlain. Now this one actually was number 8 last year for spring, and it comes back in this list, and it jumped up a couple spots as number 3. This is Guerlain. Now Guerlain mojito vibe of a fragrance. Almost mojito vibe with a little bit of greenness, like a summer garden background to it. Lime, mint. When you have mint and lime together in a fragrance, it's really obviously going to cool you down a little bit. I love this one for anything in the outdoors, picnics, barbecues, outdoor get-togethers, but it can also be worn for an upscale event also. So Guerlain, number 3 on the list. Now, number 2. Number 2 is going to be from the Cartier house, and I'm sure you guys know exactly which fragrance I'm talking about already. On last year's list, this one made number 3, jumped up to number 2, of course, and this is Roadster. Mint, mint, mint. I would say for the money, this is the best mint on the market, bar none. Mint cools you off, and this is basically a huge hit in a spring day. Very well done by Cartier. A masterpiece, and the best mint-based fragrance on the market today, as far as this nose has smelled. Now let's get to the number 1 fragrance for spring 2011, of course, Designer. And this was on last year's list. It made number 2, so it only got beat by Green Irish Tweed, and it basically kept its bargain. You know, it beat most designers, and this year did the same thing. This is Tom Ford's Gray Vetiver. Now, when you think vetiver, usually you think, okay, this is going to be for the winter or for the fall. But Gray Vetiver is vetiver-based fragrance, yes. Really well done vetiver, by the way. It can be worn by basically all ages. When you think vetiver, usually you think older men will enjoy it. But this one, I think a young professional would pull this off. Great. It's cooling, but also has some warming qualities to it, which is perfect for spring because you never know, especially in Canada, you never know. It could be cool in the morning, and it's going to be hot during the day, then it's going to be cool again in the evening, or you might get a little bit of rain in the middle of the day. And this one just goes well with the warm and the cool weather. Masterpiece for spring. This is where this one shines. So again, number 1, Tom Ford's Gray Vetiver hits number 1 for designer fragrances for 2011 spring. So guys, this is me. This is my top 10, and I'll see you guys later.